What is going on, my dudes? Welcome back to J&I Productions. Jeremy back once again for another Michael Myers mask review, and I'm actually really stoked about this one. This is the Trick or Treat Studios Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 Dream Sequence mask. So, as you can tell by this elongated tag, I picked this up at Party City. And if you guys remember from the last video, the scarred Rob Zombie mask that I found at a different Party City, which I want to thank you guys very much for all the views and the likes. Me and Isaac greatly appreciate that. So I've had that mask for a couple of weeks now. I think almost 2 weeks. I honestly have lost track. I've been trying to find this one. This is the one I wanted to get mostly just because I have never owned a H2 Rob Zombie mask before. I do have the Fun World Rob Zombie Halloween mask. It's signed by Tyler Main. I already showed it off in the last video if you guys are gonna go watch that if you haven't. That one I've had for a few years, where I have never owned a Rob Zombie H2 mask. So I've been scouring through Party City, but for some reason for the last couple of weeks, even like right around when I got from the first remake, I haven't had any luck finding any copies being sold at any local Party City or Spirit Halloween, and I really didn't want to go out of my way to order it online, just because, for one, shipping. Two, I noticed that quite a few handful of sellers have been reselling them from Party City, or have like the versions coming straight from Trick or Treat Studios where there'll be like a little tag on the neck. But I prefer just going to a store and buying it, just because, for one, you'll have it right away. For two, if they have multiple copies, you get to find the best looking one, and you get to have it on hand, man. Like, you know, it's nice to go in somewhere and seeing a mask or something that you're interested in person. So I was originally going to get this mask on Friday. I had to work, and you know, there was just a lot of other plans around that time, so I was like, shit, I'm not going to be able to pick it up. So just earlier today, even though this is going to be uploaded the next day, so I should say today, as in like right now it's tonight, but you're gonna see this video the next day. But anyway, enough bullshitting. So me and my girl, we ran a couple errands, and we stopped at another Party City, but it was a little bit more farther down from my place. But I went on their website and I noticed that they actually had a couple of copies, and I'm just like, oh shit. So I went ahead and called them and asked, hey, you know, do you guys have any more of these? Do you have these in stock? And at first I was a little bit worried because I didn't want them to pick up the wrong mask, because I think they had a 78 mask there as well. I don't remember. I didn't really get to look. Though when I did walk in to pick it up, I noticed that there was no more displayed on the shelf. So that obviously was like a big surprise, and I got super lucky to call them. They were super nice as well. They're like, yeah, we have a copy. And I said, hey, you know, is it okay if you hide it behind the counter and I can pick it up within the next 45 minutes to an hour? They're like, yeah, sure, just pick it up at this register. And I was just like, sweet, thanks. So I got there, picked it up, waited in the long-ass line that they had, and I got it, and I'm really happy. It was the last one they had. They're probably going to stock more, obviously, over time, but that feeling of just getting the last copy, you didn't have to waste your fucking day just to go all the way to Party City. That's farther away from your house, for that matter, dealing with traffic, dealing with idiots that don't know how to drive, and then you actually have a good day after that when you see it. So yeah, man, I'm really happy with this. So I was a little bit bummed out at first just because they didn't have any more copies around, but I really can't complain, because it happened the same thing with the H1 version, where it was the last one that I found at the closest Party City by my house. And so obviously I really can't complain the fact that I even was lucky enough to find it, because a lot of people, like especially in the mask community, they fucking snipe these left from right. So you'll even be lucky if you can find this in the store anywhere. You'll even be lucky if you find two. This was the last one that they had today, so I'm stoked, man. So as you can see, I got stuffed up because, for one, it's a good thing to stuff your masks. I know in the last video I just used a pop bottle for the last one, but that's because, you know, I just got the mask and I didn't stuff it up just yet. Whereas this one, it actually, you have to stuff it up, because even if you just put it in like a standard like stand, it would probably look more like out of shape. Whereas like if you stuff it, it actually looks pretty fucking good. But yeah, we'll take a look at the tag real quick. This is displaying my lava lamp that my girl got me. But there's the tag that if you were to pick it up at the store, I actually kind of like these tags more because it looks more elongated. I know that may not look great, especially if it's on the head, but I think this is cool. I just think it just looks sweet, especially if you have like a little box and you can display it like this. Like, you cannot tell me that doesn't look cool. But this mask looks fucking great. I love the detail on it. The blood, in person, it looks better. It actually looks like real blood. The little flesh tone and the weathering of the mask. It definitely looks a little bit more aged. Alright, so since my phone storage is trash, I actually have to restate what I just said. But as I was saying, the detail on this is sick. You got the blood where the gunshot wound is right here. A little bit more wear and tear, obviously, throughout the film from the last movie. More blood mesh. And honestly, I've seen most of the blood look more just like red paint. This looks like actual blood. Like, I'm filming this in HD, so you can clearly see this actually looks really good. You got the scarring detail. It actually looks a little bit more weathered, but more white than my H1 version, where it's a little bit more yellowed. But obviously, with Trick or Treat Studios being a mass company, or a mass-produced company, you're gonna have to expect inconsistencies with the paint job. I posted this on a Facebook group with like other Halloween collectors. You know, they were even saying like, oh, I bought a handful of these and the paint job's never consistent. And they're not wrong. Seeing it in person, you would see, or even videos alone, some copies may look like shit, but I think I got lucky here, guys, and I actually think I got a really good copy. The hair, it's great. I like how they kind of like, I never really knew, but like the hairline actually looks good. It doesn't have like that glue shit sticking out right there. I don't know what's up with this little gray part right here. I guess Michael Myers is getting too old for this shit now. Yeah, in the movie, obviously, since this is the dream sequence mask, the hair was more like spiked out on the side throughout the whole movie, but obviously when it was raining, it was kind of just all over the place. At some point, I may try to style the hair, but I'm not that familiar with like styling hairs on masks. I rarely ever touch them for that matter. I'd say the only one I really styled was my rehauled H2O Trick or Treat Studios mask and my Halloween 6 mask from Trick or Treat Studios, but that hair was already good on the mask, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to risk ruining the hair, but we'll take more of a closer look at the mask details and stuff. You got like little paint splats. It could have just been from like the paint drying out, but yeah, this side of the mask is easily like the coolest part. And then you obviously got some on the chin there. Turn it over here. Let's actually turn the lava lamp over so that we can kind of get some better lighting from the side profile on this one. Yeah, that looks great, dude. So this is also sculpted from Wayne Toth, who was behind the production of the Rob Zombie films, and obviously this is from the Screen Use casting mold, so this is as accurate as you're gonna get. Now, it's not a perfect mask, I'll definitely say that right now. There definitely should be more blood on the face here, because obviously since he got shot, the blood kind of leaked down more. But you know, obviously with rehauling, I mean, I'm not going to touch this. I think it looks fine the way it is. Like, yeah, most people are like, oh, maybe the color's a little bit too bright, it's a little too dark, and the paint, like the blood on the mask isn't like great on it. It's like overly done or hardly done at all. But I don't know, man. I just think this looks sweet. It is a pretty big mask. I've actually had people ask me how big this mask is or what's the size of the mask. I don't know exactly for sure what the actual size is, but it is a pretty big mask. I'd say it's probably even bigger than the 78 mask from Trick or Treat Studios. I've seen people even compare it to like the Halloween 2018 mask. I think that mask is small as shit. I mean, I have a pretty decent head size, but this mask is big along with the other one. I don't know what the clean or the 92 murder mask or just the standard Rob Zombie H2 mask with like half the face being ripped off or half the mask being ripped off. I'm not too sure how big or how small those masks are. I do at one point want to get them, but I'm not really in any hurry to, because obviously this one and the other stitched rotted one. I don't know why I thought of fucking stitches, but that was like the stupidest thing, but sorry. Those were the only ones I was mainly worried about, because I actually like this one more, because I like the blood detail. I mean, half the mask like being ripped off is cool, but I like the little blood details it gives off on this one. To me, this is just the better mask out of the two. And then the clean version, it looks alright. Like the 92 murder mask, it looks fine, but obviously you can't go wrong with the main mask that was using throughout like a good 95% of the film. But yeah, overall, I think this mask is sick, dude. If you go out to any local party cities, go ahead and try to find one. I don't think they have them at Spirit Halloween. I guess it depends on the state that you live in, but I was lucky. And even though it was a bit of a farther drive, I mean, it really wasn't that farther. It was maybe like an extra... shit. I mean, it really wasn't that far. It might have even been a little bit closer than the other one that I went to, but I didn't even know they even had them, and I'm just happy that I managed to find it at a local party city without having to order this online. So overall, this mask is sweet, dude. I love the detail on it, and yeah, you can rehaul it if you really want to, but I'd probably even go as far as saying this looks a hell of a lot better than the stock photo. Like, this looks more like the goddamn movie. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, the hair isn't perfect, but it's the sculpt itself that looks great. Again, the blood, the weathering, the detail. It looks sick. The blood on the like the stock photo, it didn't look like there was a lot of blood on it at all, and I'm just like, I mean, like, it looks more like red paint, but now this is what you call detail, my guys. This is detail. $70 well worth spend. Yes, it is $70. I don't know if they're going for $70 from Trick or Treat Studios. It might have been like 60, but yeah, these are for 70 bucks at your local party city. And if you find one, pick it up. I'm definitely glad to have this in my collection. So thank you guys for watching. Please like the video and subscribe, and good luck finding these out there. I know that a lot of people have been seeing a lot of videos, and I'm definitely glad to be one of these people that have this one now. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully Isaac can be in the next video, but we'll see. J&I Productions signing out. See ya.